Hi, this is Mrs. Nelson. I wanted to show you one of the things that you can do when you're practicing your math facts to help you get faster. You want to be as efficient as possible. Otherwise, it doesn't matter if you've got to memorize. You could just spend as much time using a tool like a multiplication chart to find the same answer. So one of the reasons why we work so hard to memorize our math facts is so that we can speed up our computation process, so that we can do things faster than using a reference tool like looking it up on a chart, or even using a tool like a calculator. Our brains can actually compute really fast. So we have our math facts that we have under numeracy and fluency in our Canvas course. You can see that I'm in student view, so this is what it looks like for you guys, but yours doesn't typically have a pink bar at the bottom or a pink outline, but this is so that I can show you what it looks like on your side. So you can come to any set of our math facts and you can do the same thing with them. I've created these math facts in Google Slides, so you have some options with them being built in Google Slides. So I've embedded them here, so you can come to these math facts and then you can just click on the screen and you can use your cursor in your trackpad just to click through these and go at the speed that you want. Notice I show you the problem, the expression, and then the next slide is your solution. So 6 times 5, you would think to yourself, 6 times 5 is 30, or you could say that out loud, 6 times 5 is 30, and you could click through. You can also use your arrow keys. Your arrow key to the right can also advance them, and then the left can go backwards as well. You can also choose to click on these little arrows down here that are next to these numbers. That number tells you what slide we're on. But another thing, and this is what I want you to try out, another thing that you can do is you can click on this little menu option, this the vertical 3 dots. So we want to be able to look at the menu, the options menu. One of the options that's available to you is called Autoplay. It's the second one from the bottom. And with Autoplay, if you press play right here, then it's going to advance the screen in this case, 3 seconds is the default. So every 3 seconds, it will change screens for you. And so let's see what 3 seconds looks like with math facts. Six times 1 is 6. 6 times 5. 6 times 5 is 5, 10, 15, 20. It gives you some time to think about it. And some of you that are still skip counting, you might need more than 3 seconds. So when I tried to skip count just then, I needed more than 3 seconds. So maybe you want to change it to advance every 5 seconds so that you can have time to skip count, or 10 seconds if you need more time than that. But one of the great things is as you get faster, as you start memorizing versus skip counting or another strategy. So as I memorize 6 times 4 is 24, and I see that, my brain knows 6 times 4 is 24, then one of the things that you can do to speed up your processing for your brain would to be increasing the time. So you could try every 2 seconds, or if you were at 5, you could try every 3, and you could get a little bit faster and practice it a few times in a row at that faster speed. And if you're successful, if you can say the answer or think the answer before it shows up on the screen, then try it a little bit faster. So let's look at what 2 seconds, every 2 seconds looks like with our math facts practice. 6 times 3 is 18. 6 times 5 is 30. So at my typical speaking pace, I'm able to say the expression and its solution. Let's see what it looks like if I try to speed it up every second. And this would be really cool if you could think the correct math facts response within a second or less. So let's see how fast that looks. And maybe that's really fast for you right now, but it would be a worthwhile goal to get to. Oh, I think I might have just turned it off when I clicked on it. Okay, every second. 6 times 1 is 6. 6 times 5 is 30. So at this point, you might not be able to say the parts out loud, but you could still come up with the solution. 30. 6, 12, 24, 18. And so this might be a fun way for you to kind of race against the clock and try to speed up your processing even faster so that your brain and your articulation and your thinking, all of those things can work together and you can see and say that solution even faster. Ideally, you'd get as fast as every 1 second or every 2 seconds, and that's what's going to positively impact your computation skills overall, is to be that fluent, to be able to think of it that rapidly. But it requires practice. So again, you might start every 5 seconds or every 10 seconds so that you have processing time, or so that you have the opportunity to skip count if that's a strategy you're still using. But I want you to try this. Again, to access this, you just get into any of the numeracy and fluency is the module's name, but you get into any of those math facts, you come down here to the menu options, choose Autoplay, second one from the bottom, it has that triangle that represents play, come over here and choose the speed. Again, if you don't know how much time you need, try one. If you're not coming up with the answer before it shows up on your screen, you need to slow it down. You need to come lower down on this list. If you can, and you're like sitting there and staring and distracted, speed it up until hopefully you can get to every 2 seconds or even every 1 second of being able to do that. All right, so try this out in our Canvas course. Try this out and see if you can speed yourself up with any of the facts that I have there. I have addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. I've got some fraction work that you can do. I've got multiple work that you can do. I've got representations of what addition problems look like on a number frame, all kinds of stuff that you can do to help build your number skills and build your number sense and your fluency with how numbers interact and work together. So try it out, do at least one a day, and see if you can get faster. Thanks for watching.